y'all, welcome back to my channel, Herculean Homeschooling. I'm Sarah, homeschool mama of 6, and if you've never seen any of our videos before, we love to read. We do a lot of read-alouds, we do a lot of independent reading, both for school and just for enjoyment, for fun. And for this video, I'm going to be sharing what we are reading for this month of February. I'm going to start with my youngest, who is 4 years old, and go all the way through my 6 kids, and then share what I'm reading as well. So let's take a look at these books. The 4-year-old is still learning his letters. We're doing a lot of preschool work for him. So his favorite book to be read to him right now is The Wonky Donkey, which is a hilarious book about this donkey with only 3 legs, so he's a wonky donkey, and it's just so cute. They even have a song that goes with it and tells the story that y'all can look up. This is by Craig Smith, and again, it's just a fan favorite. I'm pretty sure we read it at least every other day, if not more. So that is his favorite book right now. Moving on to the 6-year-old, she has some special needs. She's also at a preschool level when it comes to her reading, so she gets read to a lot as well. And her favorite book right now, she actually got from her grandma for Christmas. This is The Kingdom of Renly, and it has 3 books in one, so we'll probably be reading this one for a while. It's nice big words, lots of fun pictures, and it's this cute little story about a boy who's a prince and goes on these different adventures with his female friend, and it's just super cute. We read typically about a chapter a day, and there are only like 5 or 6 pages per chapter, but she's really enjoying the fairy tales, the princesses, all of that. Kingdom of Renly. It was written by Jordan Quinn. Next we have our 8-year-old, and he is reading his first chapter books, which he's so excited. He got these Magic Treehouse books. He has the first 4, I think. We're still on book 1 though, because we kind of mix this with what he's reading for school. So this one has, again, nice big words, really fun pictures, these cute kids, brother and sister that work together going to a tree house, and they get to travel the world. So these ones, Dinosaurs Before Dark, written by Mary Pope Osborne. There's like 30 plus books in this series. There are a ton, and you can find these anywhere. I think we've been picking ours up off of Thrift Books. I'll put a link down in the description box for Thrift Books if you've never heard of that. And we also get them at Half Price Books. There, you can get them anywhere. Our 10-year-old chose this. Well, she actually got this as a gift as well from her friend. It's called The Rise and Fall of Mount Majestic. She is really enjoying this. This is another fantasy type fairy tale story about a 10-year-old girl. And it says, one brave girl's quest to make everyone believe the impossible. And this is by Jennifer Trafton. Per her schoolwork, she reads for at least 20 minutes a day, and as of right now, we just let her choose what she wants to read, and this is what she's chosen for this month. When it comes to my 12-year-old, again, if you're unfamiliar with my channel, he does have autism, and we are working on reading, and so with that, he is reading the Level K Reader. And again, just beautiful pictures. I like the Good and the Beautiful's reading lists and books because I know there's not going to be any swearing, there's not going to be negative themes throughout the books or anything like that. So I always feel really comfortable just handing them a book from that reading list and letting them read it. So he is just so excited to be finishing his first official book as we move on to the next levels, and that's just such a big deal. All of my special needs mamas out there, give us a thumbs up on the video because y'all understand what it's like teaching a special needs child to read, and we just find joy and excitement in all the small little milestones, and we are just so excited for him to be finishing up Level K and to have read his first book there and just what that means for him. It's really awesome. Our 13-year-old, he does kind of a hybrid. He has school books that he has to read as part of his history and language arts curriculum, and then he also has books that he chooses to read in his free time. So the books that he has chosen to read, I think he actually got this for Christmas too, is the name of this book is Secret by Pseudonymous Bosch. Guessing it's a pseudonym. But this book is part of a series. You can see all of those there. And he said he really enjoyed this book. It did have a lot of mysteries and some cliffhangers, so he is interested in reading the next book in this series, which I think is always a great sign. It's your typical chapter book. No pictures or anything. And I haven't read this, so I don't know exactly what's inside, but he really enjoyed it. So that is awesome. The history that we are using for school is BookShark, and just as an FYI, BookShark does send me all of their materials in exchange for my review, so I just like y'all to know that up front. So these books are part of the BookShark Level F Reading with History curriculum. So the first one that he read was this Lee Lun by Carolyn Treefinger. And he was able to read this fairly quickly. Again, he's 13. So reading through this was fairly easy for him. And it was this cute book. We're learning about China first. And so this is a book about a child living in China. And then after finishing that one, he is now reading this one, Wild Orchid, which is a retelling of Mulan. And he was kind of skeptical. I mean, you know, teenage boy, like, Mom, I don't want to have to read Mulan. But I'm like, dude, part of your curriculum, you are reading it, and it's good to read a whole genre, different genres, right, of different books. So it's good character building skills there, and he actually is enjoying it more than he thought he would. So I'm happy to report that. This one is by Cameron Doki. Again, sorry to any of these authors if I'm mispronouncing their names. If you would like spellings for any of their names, let me know down in the comment box and I will be happy to send that to you. Also, as a family read aloud, we are doing this Where the Mountain Meets the Moon. And this one is by Grace Lynn. And you can see we're about just over halfway through it. I really like this book. It has this beautiful artwork throughout it. Not everywhere, but just every once in a while you'll get these beautiful pieces of art that are obviously Chinese inspired. And it has like these little stories. So you have the main story and then like a little story that reminded me of like a Chinese proverb. There's a point to this story. And they all kind of start to intertwine. It's been really fun to read this book together. This is a fiction story. Actually, all of these books that I'm showing you are fiction. We really enjoy reading fiction, and this story has been great. For myself, I am part of a monthly book club subscription box called Once Upon a Book Club. I will put my referral link down in the description box if you're interested in joining me in that. I also have quite a few unboxing and review videos for those if you're interested in seeing the gifts that went alongside the books. The most recent book that I read is called Yellow Wife, and that is by Sadeka Johnson. And oh my gosh, y'all, I loved this book. It's set during like the Civil War time period, biracial slave. Her father is the plantation owner, mother was a slave, and she's supposed to be freed on her 18th birthday, but through a series of events, she's not. And then it's her life story, and it just, oh my gosh, I think it's so well written. It really just pulls your heart out, and it was a great read for February, especially being Black History Month. I love that she's not afraid to tackle hard topics and to just really get in there, and it brings you into this world, and your heart breaks for these people, and you love characters and you hate characters, and when an author is able to do that, it makes me so happy. So I really enjoyed this book, Yellow Wife. This just came out this year, I believe. It's a 2021 release. The other book that I've read this month is Song of a Captive Bird by Jasmine Darznik. This is a story about a woman from Iran. She is a famous poet. I'm so sorry again for the name pronunciation. Farrokhzad, as I'm guessing how you say her name. That's how I said it in my head as I was reading it anyway. And it's just fascinating. Again, it's a historical fiction, kind of like Yellow Wife was. But Yellow Wife was also based on a real family. This is based on a real poetess, and the author used different interviews and her actual poems and really tried to piece her life together and wrote what her life could have been like. And it's just fascinating seeing a woman in Iran, what life would have been like for her through like the 50s, 60s, that time period. I didn't devour this one like I did Yellow Wife, but I still really enjoyed it and really enjoyed learning what life would have been like. I also love Audible, so I obviously don't have books to show for Audible, but on Audible, I just finished the 4th book of An Ember in the Ashes series, and that one is fabulous. If you really enjoy fantasy type books, you would probably really like that one. I will put the title and link down in the comment box since I don't have a book to actually show y'all for that. But again, I just really loved the whole series. And so I just finished the 4th one is the last one. So it's all done, and it was just a lot of fun, a really great read. And my kids on Audible have been listening. They listened to the whole Percy Jackson series, and then they wanted to switch, and they did The Trials of Apollo, also by Rick Riordan. He did both Percy Jackson and The Trials of Apollo, so they have been listening to those nonstop. They finished the whole series there, and we'll see. I think we just got our next credit, so we'll see what they're interested in listening to next. We also like to do read-alouds on Sunday, and I really try to do something more spiritually uplifting, I guess. So we've been reading the 10 Issues Among the Nephites series. We are on book 2 right now, and these are by Chris Heimerdinger. That's a great last name. So this is what we read on Sundays. These take us a little longer because I do only read them on Sunday for like an hour and a half. We'll just sit and do some read-alouds, and it's about a couple kids that get to go back in time, like during the Bible times, and live with actual people that we've read in the scriptures. So obviously totally fictional, but it's fun to bring some of those scripture stories to life, and seeing it in a different way, and really being for the kids to really be able to connect with those different stories. And it's just really great Sunday read. So you'll probably be seeing that for the next couple months, because again, it does take us a while only reading the series on Sunday. I think that is a good example of everything that we are reading so far for this month of February, individually with my kids' different ages, as a family, with school, just for fun. And we obviously love book referrals. So if you have any great books that you absolutely love, either for yourself, for a certain age range that your kids loved, or as a family read aloud, I would love to hear that down in the comment box. Let me know some of your favorite books, maybe that you listen to on Audible or that you've read together. If you would like to see one of those unboxings from the book club that I am part of, please go ahead and click that video right there. But before you do that, don't forget to hit my picture right here and subscribe to my channel. Thanks y'all so much for watching, and until next time.